Well, this is Pastor Don with Lapine Community Church, and I am out in the woods in the eastern part of Deschutes National Forest, off the end of Deschutes Forest Road 22, also known as Finley Butte Road. I'm just a little east of the Finley Butte and China Hat Cabin Lake intersection. And where I'm going today is I'm going to go try to find Oregon's largest juniper tree, which is just a couple miles from here. And I was there a couple years ago and in my Jeep, and I thought, let's ride the motorcycle down there and read an appropriate psalm when we get there. To let you know how I'm getting there, I'm actually going old school. I'm going to show you here. As I move my camera and my hand around, I'm using, yes, a paper map. And we are, on the map, we're right about in here right now. Where we want to go is over here. So we got to keep going a little bit northeast and then come back down to the southeast and back down to Oregon's largest juniper, which is right there on the map.
Recording.
Alrighty, here we go. Looks like somebody's ahead of us making dust. Kind of a neat little area. We're going to go right. Somebody with probably a lot of blasting stuff cut right through this little lava flow here. They made this road, whenever that was. We'll go, there's a butte right there. We're going to go around that butte. We will get there. In the meantime, we're just having a nice, scenic, easy ride out here. If you look at my rear tire there, where we parked, you can see how soft the shoulders of the road. Anywhere where it's not washboardy on these roads, where the gravel's built up, it's just really soft. I mean, you don't get to anything hard for a couple inches there. So just something to be aware of if you're riding. Heavy bikes don't really like soft ground. Okay, we're just going to set that there. Go down the road a piece. Go back to the right. And we'll go back to it. It's more than one way to get there. Probably get there from there too. But that looks like it's really dusty out there.
Recording.
Okay, now that I've just gone on a half-a-mile circle, we're on the correct road finally. So we came off of Forest Service 23, and we are now in National Forest Development Road 700. We'll just kind of putt along here. Got a little hermit. Man, what a beautiful blue sky. It's Bob Shaw from a weatherman or meteorologist from Bend News Channel 21 would tell you it's a sparkling day in Central Oregon. Ooh, that is soft. Respect the ruts. Somebody said in another video I watched, I forget who that was. All right. That is the state of Oregon's largest juniper tree. And it's like the only juniper tree around here. It's kind of weird. I don't know why. Maybe, except for the little baby ones out there. Maybe the loggers, 100 years ago took most of the juniper trees out. You look at that thing, like, if you go up towards, Bend and Redmond and east of there and, west of there towards Sisters where there's quite a bit more juniper trees, up towards Madras, comparatively, they're pretty short. But that thing is just massive. It's pretty neat. So I'm going to set my camera up. Hopefully the battery will last. And I'm going to read from you Psalm 92. It's just got a mention of trees in there. And then we'll talk about God for a minute. All right, I'm going to get set up. All right, I'm going to read from Psalm 92 from the New King James Version. This is a psalm that would have been sung on the Sabbath day in Jerusalem after the exile to Babylon, after the exiles or the survivors were able to return and allowed to rebuild the temple by the Persians and the Medes. 15 verses, starting in verse 1. It is good to give thanks to the Lord and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your loving kindness in the morning and your faithfulness every night. On an instrument of 10 strings, on the lute and on the harp, with harmonious sound. For you, Lord, have made me glad through your work. I will triumph in the works of your hands. O Lord, how great are your works! Your thoughts are very deep. A senseless man does not know, nor does a fool understand this. When the wicked spring up like grass, and when all the workers of iniquity flourish, it is that they may be destroyed forever. But you, Lord, are on high forevermore. For behold your enemies, O Lord. For behold, your enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn you have exalted like a wild ox. I have been anointed with fresh oil. My eye also has seen my desire on my enemies. My ears hear my desire on the wicked who rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those who are planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bear fruit in old age. They shall be fresh and flourishing, to declare that the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. So as I'm just sitting here under Oregon's largest juniper tree, and it's pretty old. Probably hundreds of years old, I would imagine. I think of God, right? Using the analogy of a tree and what a tree provides. Obviously, this tree provides a tremendous amount of shade. We're sitting underneath the shade of primarily that juniper tree now. There's a couple ponderosas right around us, but most of that shade is coming from that old tree. And, if it was raining really hard out here and I wanted to get out of the rain, well, I could sit underneath that tree and probably stay pretty dry. If I was a bird and I needed a place to land, I could land there and rest. If I was a bird and needed fruit to eat, this juniper tree, well, it looks like it's still producing little juniper berries, and the birds love those things. It's mighty, as far as a plant goes. And God is mighty, and God provides shelter, and God provides protection, and He provides nourishment. And a person who plants himself in the God of the Bible is he or himself or herself, let me put it that way, planted like that. Strong roots, can withstand terrible storms, we can withstand terrible things, we can put up with pandemics and epidemics and natural disasters and human-caused disasters, and we can put up with protests and riots too, because we know where we find our strength. Our strength is in the God of the Bible, His Son, Jesus Christ. And so I hope that for you today is you find your strength in Him, and that you're able to rest in Him, that you find shelter from the storm, and that you find nourishment for your souls in His Word in the Bible. Have a great day. Okay, I just thought I would give you one last look at Oregon's largest juniper tree just from the other direction. There it is. Pretty unique. Anyway, that's it for this week for a midweek message. Again, I just hope that you could find rest from the worries of the world. And you can find that rest truly with faith in Jesus Christ. Have a wonderful, blessed second week of July.